Hi, my name is Sophia Oushani, and today I'm going to be doing my final presentation. And I decided to do a different take. I was going to go for like a certain drug, but I thought, hey, birth control is also considered a drug. So I decided to do birth control. Also, I'm personally taking birth control, so I did want to learn about how it affects the body and yeah. So I'm going to be specifically talking about birth control combination pills, the ones that contain estrogen and progestin. So here's my table of contents. There are a few more things added in there, but this is basically what it's going to consist of. So how birth control works and its effects. Birth control comes in many forms, but today I'm going to be talking about specifically the combination pill. And the combination pill is an oral contraceptive. It contains two hormones, estrogen and progestin. And it's different from its other counterpart, which is another option, which is one that contains only progestin. And the reason why I'm talking about the combination pill is because I'm personally taking it, and they have basically the same effects. It's just some people might take the progestin only one for different reasons. So how does birth control work? There are many forms of birth control, but the oral contraceptive is taken daily at the same time, especially if one is sexually active. It should be taken at no more than 2 to 3 hours away from the time you take it daily. And you can choose for it to be any time. And essentially what the pill does is that it stops sperm from fertilizing with an egg. And essentially, more specifically, they stop ovulation for that individual. Therefore, there's no egg for the sperm to fertilize, and this prevents pregnancy. Additionally, the hormone in the pill causes the mucus on the cervix to thicken, which creates this really tough barrier between the sperm and the egg, which again does not allow the sperm to fertilize with the egg. There are a lot of benefits and consequences to taking birth control. The benefits are that it's very effective. It's 99% effective. However, not completely. I actually do know a few family members that have gotten pregnant on birth control. So definitely not a way of completely preventing pregnancy. It's a simple way of contraception and because it's a pill taken every single day. However, some people choose not to take the pill because you could forget it, you could take it later, and it would affect the effectiveness of the contraceptive. So they choose to, for example, do an IUD, for example, and an IUD goes inside and you don't have to worry about it. It's a simple procedure. However, it's more complicated in the moment, but it lasts, I believe, up to 5 years, so you don't have to worry about it. There are many variations to birth control and many brands that can be suited to a specific individual. However, it is kind of a toss and turn. You might not be well suited for one brand or one dosage, and you might have to switch over, and that's something you have to consult with your gynecologist about. It's also, they have different variations, for example, for acne and hair growth, to regulate your menstrual cycle flow and pain. You could just use it as a contraceptive. And it can reduce hot flashes during menopause. So a lot of women, even after they don't have their period, take birth control as means of pain relief as well. Personally, I take it for acne. It controls my hormones. I have friends that take it for their menstrual flows to make it a bit lighter. And things to be aware of when taking birth control is that it is a hormonal drug and therefore can have many side effects. That includes nausea, headaches, and breast growth and tenderness. These are quite common. However, you can shift it around and try different brands to see what is the most well suited to you. It took me about 2 to 3 different, from what I remember, brands until I got the right one. So there are risks and consequences for people who do take birth control. They know when you open the packet, it comes with this huge paper with all the effects, things to be aware of, things to consult your doctor about. It's actually kind of scary if you look at it. It's pretty big paper. But here are just a few of those listed on the pamphlet. Although it's safe for most individuals, it is good to be aware of your personal situation and how it may be different for yourself. When I read about it, people who smoke, for example, 5 cigarettes a day or a pack a day, they tend to be more at risk for these that I'm going to mention, or those that are obviously pregnant or had a really tough pregnancy, or those that have had breast cancer are not well suited to birth control. So here's some consequences of that. It includes deep vein thrombosis, pulmonary embolism, high blood pressure, heart attack, and stroke. So again, it's very important to find the best birth control for you. So combination, progesterone only, the type of days, which I'm going to go into further in the next slide. So here's some additional facts, and I actually did want to talk about male birth control too, so some people aren't left out with my presentation, because actually very recently, about I believe 2 to 3 a month ago, male birth control is in the process of getting approved and put into CVS over the counter. So I did want to talk about that, but before that, I want to mention that there are different types of birth control besides the hormones. So there are 2 types of birth control pills, and there are types of birth control for one's menstrual cycle as well. So there's a conventional one, which is 21 active pills and 7 inactive pills. And for those that don't know, you take the pill for 21 days straight in a month at the same time. And then once you reach the placebo pills, which are going to be a different color, there are 7 inactive pills. They have no hormones, nothing in them. They're just a little amount of sugar, and they're just supposed to be a way of you tracking when you're taking your pills so you don't forget when your active pills start again. But usually at the end of the pack, there's 7 inactive pills, and that's when your menstrual cycle will start, when you will start your period. And then there's the 24 active pills and the 4 inactive pills. That's one I'm on. To be quite honest, I don't know when they would prescribe the 21 active versus the 24 active pills, but it really just depends on your body and what you're most concerned with. And then there's continuous dosing, and it's 84 active pills and 7 inactive pills. So this, from what I've researched, is for those that are trying to completely rid of their period, because there are many people out there who have very, very painful menstrual cycles, and they just do not, they just can't do that. So they ask for birth control that can completely prevent them from having a flow. So you would only have your period 4 times in the year. And then I want to go into male birth control, which is really interesting. I was curious about it myself. So male birth control contains, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, dimethylndrolone, undecanoate, DMAU. And like the birth control we're talking about, it is a daily pill, and it suppresses 2 of the male hormones. The first one is follicle-stimulating hormones, FSH, and luteinizing hormone, LH. And the combination of this basically causes the reduction in the production of testosterone and sperm. And that obviously causes the male not being able to impregnate the female. Side effects of this: mild acne, headaches, ED, reduced sexual drive, fatigue, weight gain. These are also very similar with female birth control as well. However, male birth control is very new, very, very new. It's been in the works for a while, but is very newly developed. So there are no studies on how this affects sperm production and whether it can be stopped completely. Hopefully studies will start soon, but when I was trying to do research, there is no long-term studies, which is the ones that you want to see. long-term studies on the effects of male birth control. Some were arguing that it may cause ED for a lot of men. However, you're gonna just have to wait for the studies to come out for that. So here is an example of the 21-day pack versus the 24-day pack. As you can see, the one on the left has only 4 different colored pills. Those are the placebo pills. And the one on the right has 7 different pills, placebo pills. And again, those are just sugar pills. They don't have any hormones in them. Okay, so next section of my presentation is my AIT journal. And I wanted to talk about the benefits I've had from doing these journals and the areas of my life it has affected. When doing these journals, I've had a lot of time to reflect on things I didn't know I was bothered about, which was really interesting. Like, for example, some things that happened in my childhood, I didn't really pay attention to them that much. I kind of suppressed them. And the journals kind of allowed me to delve deeper in those memories and actually made me realize that some of the issues or thoughts that I may have now are actually related to what happened in my childhood, or what happened with my family or my relationships. So that was really interesting. And it's also helped me come to an understanding about the way I behave daily and why I act the way I do. So that's really nice. And actually I've come to appreciate them when I'm writing them. I do actually think about it a lot, and I'm into psychology and stuff, so it's interesting to understand why I do the things I do because of things that happened a long time ago and I never thought would have an effect on me. So areas of my life. Areas of my life it affected was my relation. The 3 most important ones that I did was my relationship, my body, and my job. My past relationship, I was really happy in it, but again, the journal really made me reflect on things that happened in that relationship, and it was my first relationship, that affected my perception of men in future relationships and how I perceive them. Yeah, so that's that. My body, I've had a tough relationship with my body, and the journal made me realize that it kind of made me realize it wasn't a big deal back then, and now it actually made me happier in how I've accepted myself now. And then job, honestly, it didn't have a huge effect on how I thought about my future career, but it did make me relieved in that I'm so secure in what I want to do. So that's that. Okay, so identify mission statement. This is what I did on a past assignment, and I'm going to read it out loud. So I intend to uphold the values of respect, gratitude, generosity, and responsibility. I am respectful, responsible, and loving, caring, authentic, generous, who believes everyone deserves kindness. People deserve to be respected and valued. I'm a valuable human being. I matter, and so do all others. I feel gratitude, joyous, happy, peaceful, filled with gratitude, and I commit to the behavior of kindness and flexibility and strive for excellence, including honoring myself and other beings, promoting health, telling the truth, walk my talk, and live on integrity. So according to the SMART criteria, here are 3 areas of my life in which I'm going to reflect on using the mission statement. So the first one is school. My goal for this area of life is to graduate from medical school as a doctor in 6 years and be passionate about the work I am doing rather than feeling like I am stuck in a tiresome job. Although I understand life as a physician is very time-consuming and very hard, I want to at least be passionate about how I can help patients and proud of myself for getting that far. My goal for this area of life is to stay close with my brother the next one is sibling. My goal for this area of this life is to stay as close to my brother as possible for the rest of my life. I want to continue to spend time with my brother and stay close to him because he keeps me sane and makes me laugh. Me and my brother understand each other like no one else in my life, so it is important we stay in each other's lives. And lastly, friendship. My goal for this area of life is to have loyal, fun, kind, and understanding friends. I want friends who will tell me the truth when I need to hear it, and also support me when I need it as well. I believe that friends are vital to keeping me stable while being in school. Therefore, in the future, I hope I find friends who make me feel I am escaping from academics for a short while, also encourage me to stay motivated. I want friends that I can rant about my situations and to ask for advice without feeling judged. And lastly, this is the collage of things I aspire to do with my life. It is very I don't want to say unrealistic, but very romanticized. Sorry about that. And so, like, I can tell you it's a lot about staying healthy, having fun, continuing academics, traveling is a big one for me. Family is a huge one, friends is a big one for me. So you can really see those in this picture, in these pictures. Oh, and food, yeah. Okay, so thank you so much for watching the presentation. Here's my works cited, and yeah, thank you.